there for a little bit. And the interesting thing is that a lot of the rage directed towards KT was not towards KT, but was towards the Syndicate, to the point where I believe even after we left Keck, people were contacting the Syndicate officially and were like, hey, you need to do something about KT. And it has gotten so bad that Partisan made a thread on the forums that's like 8 paragraphs long, in which he outlays like the Syndicate's philosophy on like why this is stupid and you should leave them alone. And I think that's funny. And there's not really that much like goodwill between the Syndicate and KT. We're kind of at odds, or we were, but it's reached the enemy of my enemy is my friend situation, where people have been hitting at the Syndicate so hard over us that like the Syndicate, like their Gov members are being like more friendly and more joking with us, and that's really interesting. So I thought that was fun, which yeah, that's just interesting to me. They went so hard against the Syndicate that the Syndicate's nice to us again. So that's pretty interesting. And of course, there are conspiracy theories that KT hit World Task Force because we're still like Adam is pulling our strings, but whatever. I'm still waiting for the conspiracy theory that Keck didn't break up. I'm still waiting for that. It will probably happen. Let's see what gets said once the global starts. We'll see. What about you, Thalmor? Are you okay? Yeah. Sure, you guys are okay.
Yeah, you guys are okay. Just don't sign into politics some more tomorrow.
Jeez. All right. So, uh-oh. All right, Soup. What's the damage? What's the damage? You can talk in Thalmor radio chat. Apparently, the recording has been screwed up by the video that some people were very adamant about sharing. What's the damage? What are we missing? About 10 minutes. Oh, 10 minutes is okay. That's fine. Are you recording right now?
He's like, what's the damage? 10 minutes. And it's like, oh, just 10 minutes? Like, no, I only recorded 10 minutes.
All right, so we're back on track now. So that's good. Yeah, 10 minutes lost. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. It's whatever. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. What was the next topic? Okay, so Castor made a thread. I thought Castor had quit, but no, he is still playing, and he's just not involved in politics, which is fine. Because I think he's busy in real life with like actual politics, which is interesting. Oops, that's the wrong end. I need to plug in. My phone battery was at 60 when I started the show at 9:20. And not even an hour later, the battery's already at 11% because the cold weather is just killing the battery. So let me plug it in here. Plug in my phone to my external, like portable battery. That's what I mean. All right, so there's a thread here. Is it in tech support? Yeah, here it is. I will grab the link. You guys need to go like the OP of this thread and make a comment of support in it. Yeah, he's in Rose, and we've actually fought him this war. Go like the OP and go say I support this, because I think it's a great idea. There needs to be less Captchas, or whatever the hell however you pronounce them. There's too many of them.
Captchas.
They need to stop. Captchas, yeah. If you agree with what is being proposed, and I think a lot of you would, I think it's a reasonable request, go like it and voice your support. Because I think there's too many of them, and it's frustrating because I will go like there are moments where I have just a few minutes to do what I need to do. I need to declare, I need to attack, I need to rebuy military, I need to attack again, and like it can come down to seconds, and I already have like a slow internet, and
Oh,
sometimes it's so slow that the Captcha server can't even connect.
so there's two things that I get around this thing with is that one, every 24 hours I make sure around the 24-hour mark to log in and do like a bullshit attempt at a spy off at someone, or I attempt to do well. The spy one always rolls through, but like a war declaration, and I also do one for trade, and it usually knocks off most of them. So like,
Okay.
even if I'm not gonna attack someone, as soon as I like my reset happens and I buy military, I act like I'm gonna attack someone and then get rid of that. So that usually gets rid of it for 24 hours. That and I don't even use the default reset time, so it kind of fixes things a little bit there.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, um, Alex has been really receptive to changes lately. Like I made a thread on reforming bounties slightly, just quality of life stuff, and that got implemented like within a month. And so Alex has been doing a lot better about keeping things like updated. So that's why I'm trying to rally support around this idea because it's actually a pretty good chance it will get implemented, and that's really dope. So that's
Wait, what happened
cool.
to bounties? I think bounties still suck, right?
Yeah, but now like on the bounties page, you can like filter them and stuff.
Ah,
There's more ways to navigate them. Yeah. And I think now I can talk about the war, which is dope. So let me do that. So when I last did my show a week ago, we had hit World Task Force, I think Thursday. We expected ASM to come in that night. They didn't. We preempted ASM Saturday, and then I think Sunday is when Rose came in. And this will actually, yeah, this is an easy one to discuss. So World Task Force was just dog shit. They were awful, completely useless, completely helpless. Um, Absolutely a micro in terms of capability. ASM, not really much better. Um, we hit them and we knocked them out, and that's to be expected. That's to be expected. It was a good blitz. We pulled off another good blitz on them. But then when Rose came in, uh, and we was trying to finish up our wars against the ASM, the ASM people just took it. They deposited all of their cash and resources, and they didn't buy up any military. And we was able to beige basically every ASM member. Like,
yep.
and also when the Rose counters first came in, Joe Conrad's first thing was to offer peace to Horsecock, which was really funny. So, I don't know what ASM was going for, but there was just no like. I mean, I finally got hit by like one ASM member, and I imagine there were other ASM members who did something eventually as well as the week went on. But like, really shit performance. They didn't try. It seemed maybe there was some kind of strategy, but it seemed like to me they didn't even try. But whatever. Rose did okay. I think the blitz was a bit rough. Yeah, I didn't even get hit until after day change, which was weird. And then I would we would have all these tanks, right? And so our strategy was to maximize damage. So we then directed our own counters onto like vulnerable Rose members that had low military and high infra. And those people, those targets did the same thing. We would hit them, and then for days they would just not do anything. And I was able to beige a Rose member, and I almost beige two more because of it. And just completely ridiculous. So I don't know what Rose was doing. Um,
They took
but
a really long time to respond, and the funny thing is they kept trying to suicide planes, but they weren't coordinating their suicide planes. So like I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna rebuy.
yeah, and there was a fucking exchange in the Politics and War Discord in which Inst, Aya, and Akira was like gloating that like Kratos tried to blow up planes on his counter, and they were gloating super hard, even though by that point the damage gap was like -2 billion to like 40, and they were I don't know, it was weird, but um Yeah, the war performance was rough, and we did white peace. It was unfortunate that the third had to go up on April Fool's Day, but no peace was achieved. We, I think, I think we were the ones we didn't want to keep it up. I don't want to talk about why. Maybe I plan on having a horse on, so maybe he can talk about it. But we helped initiate peace first. We could have kept up fighting if we wanted, but we chose not to, and it seemed as if Rosesphere was also happy with that. So that was that.
Ah, I see. You're not willing to admit that you lost, eh?
Yeah, so there were Zig can post it, but like there were some redditors on the Politics and War Reddit who were like just absolute rose shills, just absolute shills. Yeah, Zig posted it, and okay, I'm happy that the guy got -7 points. That's good. And there's not that many Reddit users anyway, so the fact that 7 people downvoted him gives me hope.
It's becoming more of a thing, actually. The subreddit has almost exploded in like there's almost a post a day, and I think it's because Sheepy's been advertising on Reddit because there's a lot of player retention on Reddit.
Interesting. That makes sense. So,
So the real question for you is, who's your next target?
beats me. I don't really have a next target.
If you could choose the next target, who would you choose? Anyone in the world, no holds barred. Who cares?
Probably Children of the Light. My personal preference would be Children of the Light. That's my personal preference. I don't know who we're hitting. I don't even know if we're hitting someone else. That'll be my preference. So
Shifty knows, but he can't say it.
So don't get worked up. Don't read into this more than you should. Why them? Because Akira said I should be shot while she was second in command, and no one there cared. And they seem to be rose cucks, and they espionaged us as we got ready to hit ASM, and they willingly let one of their members ghosted, and again they didn't care. So it seems, they're poking pretty hard. So that's frustrating to me. I said that on Ron. I said, Children of the Light is espionaging us. And Kigos replied to me and said, Akira espionaging you is not Children of the Light espionaging you. But I bet you Akira is going to go back to Children of the Light now that we've white pieced just fine, as if she just went to, like, bounce the bank or something. So that's kind of frustrating to me. And, Children of the Light know how much of a loose cannon she is, and there's been no accountability besides she was asked to resign, which I don't think means much.
Yeah,
and
give advisor and still being. You can hide roles and give members specific roles on the Discord anyway. So
yeah, so it's I don't know. It's very frustrating to me. So now, yeah, there you go. That would be my target. Would be Children of the Light. And so we'll see what we do. I'm pretty sure we're all beige for several days again. So we're back. We're spring striped once more. We can kind of do whatever we want, and no one can do anything to us. So that's a fun position to be in.
That's not who I would have chosen.
Who would you have chose?
Hold on. Let me see if I can pull up Alpha's activity. I don't remember what it was that brought me to Alpha, but there's not a single person in Alpha that has logged in like a week.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
It's pretty bad. Let me see here.
Oh my goodness! What?
They have a Zig too.
Yeah, they do. I have him embargoed because it's saying I'm Zig. It's everyone's like 3 days, 7 days, a week. It's yeah.
Oh damn though, that would be enough to quit. Oh, no, actually no, they're only City 29. That ain't anything. Oh, never mind.
Well, they have a City 53, so it's like, well.
I don't mind fighting up to like City 37, no problem. 40's a bit like, all right. And then 53, I mean, I don't think they can even reach me.
And by the way, we did manage to get a nuke off on Callisto, the City 43 Cuck and World Task Force, for those who are interested. So we did manage to scrape him some finally.
What I was happy is I had like 11 or 12 cities that still needed 500 land to get to 5,500 land. And after we beat the shit out of what the fuck or World Task Force, I managed to get them all now to 5,500 land. So now I have a lot of land.
Nice. I only bought land in a couple cities. I was able to hold on to a bunch of the cash, thankfully.
Yeah, I actually just realized it because I was spamming in the KT chat. How did you guys make so much money? How did you guys make so much money? And then I realized, oh yeah, I spent all my money on shit.
Yeah, I don't know why a lot of our nukes tend to blow up subways. I did manage. I think it was on a Rose. Yeah, it was one of my Rose counters. I managed to nuke a guy, and I blew up both of his nuke planes in one of his cities. That was really funny.
I always destroy. I always go with civil missile hits because it bleeds more income, and then nukes. My nukes. I got one lucky one that knocked out 2 power plants once. But yeah,
Subways where
mine
people
mostly
hide.
blow mines and factories for whatever reason. I'm like, oh man.
So, what's that noise? Okay. I'm hearing strange ringing out here in the woods. I don't know what's going on. I'm probably going to get abducted by aliens. So we'll see.
Wait, what kind of ringing though? Like metallic ringing or just like ringing like a doorbell?
Like a metallic ringing, yeah.
Oh
Like an
yeah,
echoey ringing.
they're probably digging underground.
Yeah. Trying to
Yeah,
turn
they're
this
just
place
looking
into
for
skin longer
diamonds, man.
range. Alright, so, um, and yeah, like I said earlier, the KT main bad stuff has been really bad. Cosmo, I don't know if you guys have been reading anything of what Cosmo's been saying on the forums, but he's just crazy. Like, he is just fully out there. I don't even know what to say besides just wow.
I love his post because it's just like, oh my god, we're back to 2017. Let's do this, boys.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He's just weird. I don't even know what to think. If you want to read what Cosmo said, go to I think it's Rose's thread where he's posted. I think he has like 13 posts in the whole thread, and the thread's 4 pages long.
Oh no,
Just
it's what the fuck is KT's target? That's the one who he went on it.
really. Oh, he posted them both. I know for sure he posted them both.
Yeah, but he stuck mostly to that one. That's the one where Robot Santa's like, yo, bro, you gotta stop.
Yeah.
And then the Blue Bear one. Oh, I love that the ARG member. I felt sure he was joking, but I guess he wasn't. Cosmo was going after Blue Bear of all people. Like Blue Bear doesn't even post. He doesn't like even play the game really.
I don't remember what he said. He was arguing with Dennison, and he said, "Oh, you guys have a private Discord where you post white supremacist stuff." And Dennison posted a screenshot from a Discord that Horse created to keep in touch with us after he quit. And like Cosmo's response to this was to post like a forum log of an entirely different community with stuff from like 2017, and it was like, whoa, okay. So I don't know what he's on about. He's crazy. I almost told you guys to stop engaging with him just because there was no point, but I think it's finally kind of died down now. And I'm pretty much done with what I wanted to say about Rosesphere versus KT. One last thing I want to go over is that I want to dissect Bryson Lexi's goodbye forum real quick. Forum thread.
Who?
Bryson Lexi, who is now known as Alexandra B. And this is her goodbye thread that was posted Tuesday. Well, you did it. You took my one chance at happiness and crushed it into tiny bite-sized pieces. I really did expect better of you, but I guess I'm a loser for that too. Don't bother baiting me tomorrow. I'll tell them you all won in a triumphant march. So thanks for nothing. What the fuck are my dogs going on about? Goodness gracious. In all seriousness, I can't support myself playing this game anymore. The double standard for fascism in this game is absurd. Apparently, it's okay to support literal white nationalists, but thinking they don't belong is too far and would dogpile us. Apparently, realpolitik is more important than any political hill to die on. Apparently, it's okay to think gay people are disordered, but not okay to think that, but not okay to say that opinion is not a good one. The level of salt that I eat playing this game far outweighs the joy I get from it, and even my dearest ASM comrades. It drains me way more than it's worth my time compared to Valum, Paradox Titles, Lego, and my non-politics and war comrades. Thanks Red Army and Passkey Darkfire for opening up their lives to me. Thank you Comrade Joe for giving me a chance so quickly into my tenure in this game. Thank you Akira for being on my side in almost every debate and argument. Thank you Aya and Minhara for being our Blanky Game comrades in G and O. For Yins, I still wish to be friends, but this game is just self-harm for me. Consider this a win, KT. Thanks to the liberals, Yins have free reign over all business politics. Peace. And I want to say that I take no joy from Bryven Lexton leaving. I mentioned before on my show that I had some rapport between us, and then at one point she blocked me on Discord, which sucked. But whatever, it is what it is. And
Wait, what are yins?
Yins, so I saw this conversation pop up somewhere. I don't remember where. But Yins is like a New England thing, I think, or a Pennsylvanian thing. It's like a you-all kind of thing. People are asking for the link. It's really easy to find, so I don't know why you're asking. But yeah, I'll go ahead and post the link here. So here's the link. I posted it in the chat there. So I take no joy in Brythen leaving the game necessarily because I had rapport with. I believe it's a her. I believe she's a she, and I don't want to say I'm happy about her leaving because I'm really not. And I've always and I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. You know, if the game is a drag on you for whatever reason, like it's okay to quit. It's okay to stop. It really is. And I'm happy that I'm happy she concluded to put her happiness first. That's good. But I want to dissect this a little bit because she says some interesting stuff that I find to be very interesting. The first thing is, well, the first paragraph is very dramatic. Like, you took my chains of happiness and crushed it. I expected better, but I guess I'm a loser for that. And you guys won. Congrats. Thanks for nothing. Like, very emotional. So, and like a lot of times I would gloat over something like this, but again, I had a rapport with this person, so I won't do that. If this was a nobody in World Task Force, I probably would, but I won't for her. And the second paragraph, she says, apparently it's okay to support little white nationalists, but thinking they don't belong is too far and would dogpile us. I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. Is she calling KT's attack on ASM a dogpile? Is that the correct interpretation? Because that's how I think that's what she's doing, which I think is very interesting. And for her to call the war a dogpile signals to me that they're probably internally calling this an ASM a dogpile, which tells me they're probably not. They probably didn't have fun with the war. So, oh well. Okay, you're right. She did say in all seriousness. So the dramatic language is probably a joke. Okay, that is actually fair. That is fine. And so yeah, and then she says, "Congrats."
Rip! Thalmor died again. Oof. Well,
Guys, what if it's not aliens but imposters?
oh no.
Disappeared. What was the last thing you heard me say? Oh, sorry. What was the last thing I said?
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
Oh, okay. Actual listeners, what was the last thing that I said?
You were talking about the dissecting the whole super dramatic. I'm gonna head on out later, fellows.
Okay, so yeah. So yeah, she does say in all seriousness. So the dramatic language of the first paragraph is probably an exaggeration. So never mind on that. But it is an interesting look into what someone on the other side thinks. And I find it ironic that, ASM finally had the chance to fight the evil Nazis. ASM, I think, legitimately hates us. Like, I think if there was a KT member who played fast and loose with their information, like, I would be concerned that ASM would perhaps dox them. Like, that's how much animosity I think they have towards us. And they finally got a chance, the only way they really can, to deal with us. And it seems as if there's just no will to do so. Like, because they had all the ball was in their court completely. We hit World Task Force just as a raid, no CB, just a raid. So politically, they was in the right. We hit them, but Rose backed them up. So in terms of what the situation on the ground was, they had the advantage. Rose ate up our military. And yet, despite this, there was no will to fight. Comrade Joe offered peace to Horsecock in game as soon as Rose hit. ASM did not push to keep the war going. They were happy when Valk said, "Hey, you want peace?" They were happy to say yeah. When even though Rose was coming in and turning the tide, ASM people didn't build up any military. They just sat there and took it. And Comrade Joe, just like a week or two ago, was like, "Yeah, we need to create." Like he said this on the forums, we need to create an anti-fascist coalition to roll the Nazis out of the game. And it's like, where's all that piss and vinegar now? But whatever. I digress. It is what it is. Yes, Mr. C, we pieced out with Rose. That is not an April Fool's joke. War is over. All wars can be pieced, beige, or expires. That's fine. And I think that is, I think that's it about the war. I think I said everything I wanted to say. Um, yeah, that's it. So, final call for politics and war. Anything else I need to go over before I talk about some real life stuff?
I was gonna say maybe the ASM getting salty and trying to spam KT server.
Did that happen?
Yeah, they came in and tried to spam, and we just ended up counter spamming. Essentially, nothing happened, and they tried to. The only thing that we told them not to do was spam the meme channel because it's sacred. But yeah, they.
When was this? When was this?
If you look at ASM, some of the nations have what do you call it? A really lame medal that says Operation like Troll KT or something, and they're like super happy that they did that. But then if you ask war performance, they just get mad and go, "Well, Papa Rose beat them up." But yeah.
I I saw a screenshot of the Annoy KT medal, and
Yeah,
I didn't know what that was about. But oh my goodness, that's actually really cringe.
yeah, no, they're very cringy. That's what I was gonna say. That when I saw the ASM member leaving, I actually thought it was funny after I saw what happened with the standing thingy because I'm like, oh boy, they're trying to do the sad victim role thing, but they got pretty much creamed. So I don't know. That's why with ASM, I'm like, oh boy, these are junior league, um, you know, uh, enemies. So they're not very competent on either the in character or out of character regard.
Mhm. Which trying to annoy us through pinging on Discord is a lot cooler and based than getting mad out of character and calling us Nazis all the time. So at least
I
they
thought
tried
it was
something
funny.
different. Yeah, at least he tried something different. I can appreciate that. Um,
They tried to do the whole. My favorite one was they tried to do the whole. Let me post up something to see if it'll trigger you, and I'm like, you don't understand. I don't have a filter.
yeah. Exactly, Zig. There's nothing they could have done to us that we haven't already done to ourselves. So,
Yeah,
um,
it doesn't work on us.
all right. So once again, final call, politics and war. Anything else I need to cover or go over? Because I think that's it. It's a decent week. We fought a war. Oh, and the war damages are just massive. It's like couple billion to like 50 billion. It's just complete massacre. I don't think there's ever been a damage gap this dramatic in the game's history.
I thought there was a KT post IQ war thing.
A what?
Remember when IQ did the whole thing? It was like KT went paperless during the IQ war, and then started nuking. I think like what was then nuke block or pre swamp or F1 or whatever.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
Well, that's okay. Okay, well, no one else is giving me any topics to go over, so I will now talk about a real life topic, which is the Derek Chauvin trial. There is some echo from someone. I think it's Shifty. Is that might be you?
yeah, I have my air conditioner on and I'm on speakerphone on my phone. And I think I might have destroyed the mic yesterday when I was like in like 1,000-person voice chat.
Is it possible to turn on push to talk or something? Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, that is much better. All right. Jaden here, I believe, has his final damages, which is 6 billion to 60. It is 1 to 10. Wow. Yeah. So that is, and I think most of that is from World Task Force, just from looting them. In fact, we looted so much from World Task Force that um, our damages was in the negative because we made a profit. But anyways, so I wanted to talk about real life topics. I'm done with politics and war. No one else gave me any other topics, so I'll talk about real life stuff real quick. And that is, I wanted to talk about the Derek Chauvin trial, which they finally they spent a couple weeks getting a jury put together, which, as I learned for the trial of faith, can be a very difficult process. But they finally did that, and now the trial is formally underway. And I have not bothered to keep up with too much details because if you go to a left wing news outlet, they're going to say, "Oh, the prosecution's doing such a great job. Derek is fucked." If you go to a right wing news outlet, they'll say, "Oh, the defense is doing such a great job. Chauvin's going to get acquitted." So I haven't really been paying attention. Of course, again, as a right wing person, I pay attention to right wing outlets, but it seems as if the consensus is that Chauvin is probably going to be acquitted. For those who don't know who Derek Chauvin is, that's the cop who is being blamed for George Floyd's death, and I don't have to tell you who George Floyd is. Everyone knows who that is. So that's what's going on. Um, Zig says glove don't fit. I believe the meme is if the knee doesn't fit, you must acquit. That's the meme that's been going around for the Chauvin trial. I personally believe Chauvin will be acquitted. Um, I think the defense. I think there's just enough there for the defense. So we'll see.
I don't know if he'll be acquitted on all charges. There's
Maybe
more than
not.
one, right?
I think there's a second or third degree murder, maybe both, and
I
then a
think
manslaughter
third
charge.
degree. Yeah, he probably won't get. He probably won't get acquitted for the manslaughter. I don't think. But
Yeah, I could see maybe the manslaughter. Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, Soup, that is the thing. The police training is to do that maneuver. I don't know. We'll see. It's a very complex issue. It's the kind of situation in which you need a jury trial to figure out what the hell actually happened. Um, what is that? Okay, that's a rock. I was wondering what that was. It looks like a frog, which would be weird because it's really cold. There shouldn't be any frogs out, but no, it's just a rock. So, I think Shaolin will be. Yeah, I can see the manslaughter charge sticking, but we'll see. It is an interesting situation, though. As Soup says, the training show to do the knee. It's a situation in which the state teaches the cops to do a certain thing, and when they do the certain thing, now the state is charging the guy who did it, and it's like, well, this seems to be a manufactured problem, but whatever. My personal feeling is I'm kind of okay with either outcome of the case. I'll explain why. I haven't said it in a while, and I'll say it again. Political drama in the U.S. is just entertainment to me, especially when things get interesting, like um, the riots last year during the summer. or the Capitol 6 like storming incident. Like that's just entertainment to me. Like I will, if it's during the day, I'll open up my windows and I'll let in some fresh air, and I'll sit down, I'll put on a nice little blankie, and I will watch what's going on television, right? And if it's nighttime, I'm going to turn off all the lights. I'm going to be really nice and snug, in my love seat, and I'll watch it on TV. Like that's how it is. And so, thankfully, because I live out in the middle of northern Kentucky, nothing happens here, so I'm far away from the drama, so I can just enjoy it, right? And so, if he gets acquitted, the riots that are going to happen are going to make what happened last year look like child's play, right? It's going to be massive. There's going to be a lot of salt. There's going to be a lot of seethe. And so I'm looking forward to that. I will enjoy that immensely. If Chauvin is convicted, I'm also okay with it because, as I have expressed recently, I have developed a contempt for law enforcement. So I'm okay with the pig going to prison. So I'm kind of okay with either outcome here. The dopamine hit from the riots means more to me than the satisfaction of Chauvin going to prison. But I am ultimately okay with either outcome. So that's how I feel. So we'll see how things go. I do trust the jury and the judge to be impartial. I think they've done a good job being reasonably impartial thus far. So we'll see. We have a KT member who lives in Alabama in a big city, and he was talking about how he bought another gun yesterday, or like recently. Like yesterday, he was talking about how he bought another gun recently, and I think that's cool. Probably need one if he gets acquitted. Probably will need one. And Shifty lives in LA. Shifty's already a goner. It's over. If Chauvin's acquitted, Shifty's death becomes retroactive. Like he's already erased. He's gone. They already got Shifty. Rest in peace. And yeah, gun sales are up. So, speaking of gun sales, the Supreme Court said bump stocks can be legal. And what's the firearm federal agency? Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. ATS? ATF? ATF. The ATF said no, you can't have bump stocks. So I don't know what's going on there. That's weird, but whatever. Yeah, Jane said people spending stimmy money on guns. This is official Thalmor advice. Well, okay. Actually, yeah, this is official Thalmor advice. If you get a stimmy check, buy a gun or put it into crypto. That is my advice. You must do one of the two. Red Matt, the Supreme Court said that bump stocks are fine. Under the Trump administration, they banned bump stocks. The Supreme Court said, nah, fam, it's actually okay. But the ATF was like, no, you still can't have them. So I don't know what that's about. Kind of weird. But it's whatever. So there you go. Zig said he used his stimmy check on a space heater. Okay, well that's also well, you're gonna need one if your heat keeps going out like this. You're gonna need one. Mr. C, a bump stock is an attachment that is, I don't know if it goes on the stock or if it replaces the stock of a rifle, but it's supposed to like reuse the recoil of the firearm to basically make it like close to automatic or something. I think. Tyrion says, what crypto did you buy? I have not bought crypto yet. I'm waiting for some things in my life to happen before I make that investment. I plan on buying a little bit of Bitcoin, and then a little bit later, I want to buy like a little bit of like every cryptocurrency. That's what I want to do. FOMO. I don't know what does FOMO mean? Doge to the moon.
Fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out. Yeah. Well, like, what if Bitcoin blows up even more? Like, if the dollar collapses, crypto's going to spike right up, and it looks like the dollar is in trouble. So, like, I need to do it soon. I need to stop. I'm too lazy to figure out how to buy it. Right? That's basically what it comes down to. And I need to stop being lazy, and I need to just go ahead and make that plunge. Yeah, I don't like the. I've heard about Coinbase, but I've seen some controversy about like Coinbase, so I don't know. We'll see. Lenny says he's made 27,000 off of Bitcoin since November. That's pretty good. Yeah. So we'll see. Um. Yeah, that's the thing. Invest. Get out of the dollar. Invest in land. Invest in business. Put your money literally anywhere else except the dollar, because that shit is going away. Zig says you hear about the truck knife attacker on the Capitol. I did. I saw that a couple hours ago. It was a Muslim apparently, and I think he hit a cop with his car and then got shot to death. And all of Twitter was like, I can't believe another QAnon Trump tard did another attack on the Capitol. And then it came out it was a Muslim, and then all the Cope and Steed happened. So there you go. It is what it is. Um, yeah. One Bitcoin. Think of Bitcoin. Oh yeah, there you go. So Lenny just has $36,000 sitting online, that's good. That's something to be proud of right there. It's time to get. Oh, and by the way, precious metals are up. I didn't even know. I've been looking at precious metals because I know someone who has some, and like silver was worth like $17 an ounce a couple years ago. Now it's like in the 20s. So they're doing pretty well.
You gotta
Or
invest in
lost.
iridium. That's the metal you gotta invest in.
How do we invest in iridium, Zig?
I don't know, but it's a cool metal. It's really good at doing oxygen evolution. So whenever they figure out water splitting, you're gonna make a lot of money because it's gonna be in high demand.
Basically,
It'll happen.
iridium is the molecularly one of the. I think it's the densest metal. It's like iridium and tungsten are have fairly similar properties, I believe, or there's something about them. I forgot what specifically, but iridium's really tough. That's the amazing thing. But you mostly find it in supernova debris, aka like meteors and asteroids. So you'd have to mine it in space eventually. It's really rare, really dense, and you can make really good spark plugs out of it.
Mr. C says, I say this with unlimited knowledge, so I feel like real estate is one of the most secure investments. I've been studying a lot about investments, particularly business, the past couple of years, and it seems like land in general is a good investment. Land in general. Which, okay, here's the counter argument. Here's the counter argument to everything I've just said the past 5 minutes. Warren Buffett is the richest man, like, ever, right? Well, not ever. In fact, I think Jeff Bezos is like still the richest, but Warren Buffett's really rich, and I think he's liquidating everything. I think he's just sitting on a pile of cash, and I think the reason why is because he anticipates a collapse, and when this collapse happens, you're gonna be able to get a lot of great shit for like pennies on the dollar. That's why I think that's what he's doing. So I'm saying get out of the dollar, instead get crypto, get land, get a business. Seems I don't know. Warren Buffett though, he's sitting on a pile of cash. So who knows? Maybe I'm just stupid. Probably am, but I think I like to think that I know what I'm talking about. ATF me in bed. I agree. Yeah, he could. He could. Warren Buffett could just leave. So, kind of. Let's see what
How
else is
much would
there.
it cost to buy up land in Africa that no one's using and build your own country?
Um, I don't know. I mean, maybe that would work.
No, yeah, like in Mauritania, some people don't use that land in Sahara. Imagine building like an artificial like island and using the Sahara heat to like run stuff.
I've always
Yeah.
wanted to make like a dome world on Svalbard. and pretend like it's a science experiment, but when in reality it's actually just like a crazy cult. That would be cool, I think.
Of course, Zig wants a cult.
I don't know. I want my own like little like futuristic city that's its own country, and then build underground. So when people think it only exists on the surface and it's small, they'll be surprised that we're coming from the underground.
Yeah, Tyrion, Bitcoin might just explode, and that's what I'm anxious about. Bitcoin might it might go to the moon, and I want to get just a little slice of one Bitcoin before then. So that's my time constraint. Okay, so what's another real life topic I should go over? Jaden is my guest tonight, so I'm going to talk to Jaden. But before Jaden, any other real life topic I should cover real quick? Border. Uh, I, I, I don't know what to say about the border. Shit's crazy. Future war between Ethiopia and Egypt. What's the beef between Ethiopia and Egypt? I haven't heard anything about that.
I actually,
Uh,
that's Ethiopia is trying to dam up the Nile and steal all of Egypt's water.
yeah, that's a cause for war, all right, if I ever heard one. Why does it sound like I'm in a freezer? I don't. Well, I am outside, and it is
Possible starts
probably
for a
close to
major
freezing.
major war in Africa.
Oh, the freezer sound is my air conditioner. Sorry.
There is also a creek right next. Maybe you can hear that. Egypt going to get fucked. I would place more stock into Egyptians military than I would Ethiopia. But whatever. Actually, Europe want to get fucked.
I don't know. I think Egypt would beat Ethiopia.
Yeah, I think Egypt could beat them.
Let's be honest. Who's going to support which side to make make them win one way or the other?
Israel's gonna
Yeah.
back Ethiopia, Turkey, and Iran. No, yeah, it's probably just Turkey backing Egypt. Maybe Russia.
You know what? Ethiopia probably would win because I think you're right. I think Israel would support Ethiopia, and I think the U.S. would support Ethiopia because of Israel. So yeah, Egypt might get fucked.
That'd be funny
Uh,
when China supports Egypt. Then it's like, oh boy.
but the Suez. I think they finally got the ship out of there. I think the Suez is unblocked now.
Just stick a ship in the dam and think Ethiopia destroyed.
so, um, oh shit, my thing's orange again. Can you still hear me? I'm scared. Please
Yeah,
hold.
you're good.
Okay, that's good. I think I'm ready to talk to Jaden now. Jaden, are you ready to talk? You got your mic ready? I hope you know that when I want you on as a guest, that means voice chat.
Oh boy, we get Jaden Smith.
Oh
Jay.
yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Jaden, what's up, boy?
Not much.
Uh-huh. So I have brought you on because there's been a kerfuffle in Iron, and they removed you from government. And you made a forum thread about it, and it was very impassionate, and it was very inspiring because you really poured your heart out in it. So I want your perspective. What happened in Iron?
All right. So basically, I had appointed some high members for various branches, and I had an heir of my vice president. So I had HIGA for FA, NOCOM, Econ, and IA. The thing is, in the span of I think the alliance existed for around 2 months. I was in or 3 months. The HIGOs of IA, Econ, and NOCOM did virtually nothing. And I had to run their branches single-handedly, as they would do nothing in managing their branch or helping out members.
Yeah, gotcha. So, and then they decided, oh, if they were inactive, not doing anything, then I would imagine there was a ringleader who helped, like, instigate this overthrow of you. Am I correct in that assessment? Do you think?
Yeah,
All right. So, who might this ringleader be then?
probably the current president, the guy that was in VM, came out of VM, replaced me, and then went back into VM.
Oh, that's they went. Wait. They were in VM. They got rid of you, and then went back into VM.
Yep, they're in VM right now.
Okay, so what's this person's name?
Uh, in CN he's known as Tony, but here he's known as Winston Morrison.
Okay, can someone post Iron's alliance link? I wanna look at the alliance. So, what has Iron's like? What have Iron's allies said about this?
I mean, a couple of loyalists didn't really like me getting cooed, so they left, and then Aurora blitzed me.
Say it one more time, please.
Alright, so a couple of loyalists didn't like the fact that I got cooed, so they left with me, and then Aurora blitzed me.
That's not nice of them. Okay, um, so I guess Aurora is probably on the current regime side. Let's see, who else is allied to Iron? Because when I got cooed back in 2015, I was in my shitty micro called the Evenstar Empire. And what I did was I appealed to the allies. Let's see, our allies was Colbot, the Socialist something, and I think Odd Squad, and all three of them were like, "Yeah, we'll fuck up whoever you want, Thalmor," and that was really dope. Did you ever try? Did you try appealing to the allies to help you?
And not really, I just wanted to, get my loyalists and move on to DS or whatever micro I was going to.
Yeah, gotcha. And so, where are you now?
I think at first I went to Polaris, and then I went to DS, Black Skies.
I can't understand you. Where'd you go?
Black Skies.
Fox. And well, how about the people who followed you? Where do they go?
Same place, Black Skies.
Fox has gotcha. So how many of them are with you exactly?
I think just a couple, like there's like 8 or 9.
Now, Michael Jordan here, who is Iron Gov, has said in chat, Jaden got mad and started sending messages to Iron members to leave. Well, wasn't it like? I mean, it was a hostile takeover, though, wasn't it? Like, I can kind of understand why he did that. That's what I did when I got cooed. I messaged every member and was like, "Hey, I got overthrown. You should help me." And a bunch of people were like, "Yeah, we'll help you." No, it was a vote. We had values to remove him. So, and okay. And that's my next thing. So, I'll ask Jaden, but Michael Jordan can respond to in chat if he wants. So, Jaden, what was the reason why you got removed?
Okay, so basically, one of my members left this micro called Feudlid or something, and like they were like a pretty small micro. Their leader was like 12 days old, and so I went over there and was like kind of like, "Hey, I see you guys are kind of new. You guys want to merge into us, and we can work out a deal." And they were prodded by Amar, and Amar got like super mad about it and started like complaining in Aurora's FA. And so, what's it called? Iron got mad that I didn't talk to Bellini about it, who was Secretary of State, which is true, my bad, my fault. I didn't really talk to him about it. And yeah, but like, they cooed me over that.
Okay, so you went to talk to another alliance about like them merging, or you're trying to poach or
Mer-
something, and that was too much.
I, I talked to their leader directly about merging in the embassy.
Okay, gotcha. So, like Michael Jordan, why was this? Why was this too much? Why did Jane have to be removed? Okay, as I wait for Michael Jordan to say something. So, Jane, is Black Skies your home now?
Yeah, pretty much. They're a fun group of people.
Well, that's good. Uh, gotcha. So, I remember when this first happened, he was talking about quitting. Are you still in the game? Are you going to stick around?
Probably, but not as much as before.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, I imagine if like I imagine if KT disbanded, like I mean I still probably do my show, but I don't know if I'd be as active myself, so I can understand, taking kind of a step back from things. That makes sense. Gosh, I guess that's kind of it. I don't really have much else to go over. Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask Jaden in chat? I'm guessing Jaden is open to questions, aren't you?
Sure.
See, why don't you make the iron or like iron number 2?
I mean, I could, I guess.
Because you could totally get more people from previous iron and then make a bigger iron and then make their iron like not legitimate. Like pull like a total Farkistan and Farkistan from CN or Verdian Entente and the Verdian Entente here.
Jaden, how did the members respond to you getting cooed exactly? Because there's like I think 16 or 20 members or something. What was the response you got?
Half of them pretty much left.
Half of them left. Yeah, gotcha. And y'all went to Black Skies basically. All right, here. Michael Jordan says we have screenshots of Jane attempting to get a member to leave. Jane, I don't know how you respond to this, but this ignore me guy, Latsu, he says, why didn't you put the AA on orange before you left, you coward? What do
Alright,
you
so
have to say about
basically,
that?
the reason why AA wasn't on orange is that TKR pretty much reached out to us. We said no, we wanted to be on orange. Then they reached out to Aurora, and then Aurora told us to be on brown.
Okay, so you was listening to what your protector had to say, right?
Yep, pretty much.
Okay, so ignore me. What's the conspiracy theory? Because he says we know why. So what's the actual truth that you think, Latsu? That's why I said when you left. Okay. Alright, so that's kind of about it for me. I don't got much else to work with here, but I mean, I think, I guess the situation's kind of simple then. So there you go. Jane, thanks for popping on, man. Do you got anything you want to say before you go?
Not really. I'm just trying to move on into Black Skies now.
Yeah, gotcha. I understand, like I said to you in DMs, like I've been